Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I show you the newly reworked scales for Raven and Spiritwalker classes in Black Desert Mobile Korea server. So first let's start with Raven class. So this is the first buff scale for Raven class. So a new flow has been added to this scale that consumes one dark shard to increase the attack range and the number of times the scale can be used by default. This is the second buff scale for Raven class. The mana consumption of this scale has been removed and the mana consumption flow of this scale has been changed to a range increase flow. This is the third buff scale for Raven class. This scale now does not consume any mana to be used. Lastly, the passive scale for Raven class has also been buffed. So previously the scales that used to give one dark shard when you use those scales now give 2 dark shard when you use those scale by consuming 50 mana points. But if you do not have any mana points left, then it won't consume any mana point and give you one dark shard like they previously did. Now let's see Spiritwalker class rework. So Spiritwalker class got quite a few rework scales in this patch, but I will start with her basic buff scales for this patch first, then move on to her advanced rework scales. So this is the first rework scale for Spiritwalker class. The number of hits of the scale has been increased from 2 hits to 4 hits, and the PvE and PvP damage of the scale has reduced. This is the second rework scale for Spiritwalker class. The attack range of this scale has been increased by 25%. This is the third rework scale for Spiritwalker class. The attack range of the scale has been increased by 25%. Also now when you are in auto combat mode but you do not have any skills equipped, your character will automatically use the Dragon Fang skill in auto combat mode. Now let's see the rework for our dance skills. So basically now when you use any dance skill for the first time with Spiritwalker class, it changes your healing to a spirit-like animation that revolves around you. This spirit-like animation does not damage your enemies, but it gives you certain buffs when you use the dance skills in certain sequence. So basically when you use one dance skill after another, it gives you certain buffs when used in certain sequence. But once you use the second dance scale and use the buff, the spirit animation will change back to healing and you can repeat the process again and again. But one thing to remember here is that if you are using the same dance skill twice, like if you use the dance of Red Phoenix and then use the dance of Red Phoenix again, the spirit animation won't consume but you won't gain any buff either. So you need to use two different dance scales to gain the buff. So certain combinations of dance scale give certain buffs. So the first combination is dance of Red Phoenix scale, then the dance of Blue Dragon scale. When you use these two scales in any sequence, it will give you a buff. This buff will create a zone around you that will last for 4 seconds and deal 700 skill damage every 1 second to your opponent. This 700 skill damage is a PvE damage, and in PvP it will deal 350% skill damage. When you use the dance of Red Phoenix scale and the dance of Black Tortoise scale, it will give you a buff that will increase your health recovery by 15% for 10 seconds, but this effect is not applied in arena. When you use the dance of Red Phoenix and then the dance of White Tiger in any sequence, it will give you a buff that will deal 400 burn damage every 2 seconds for 6 seconds around you. When you use the dance of Blue Dragon scale and then the dance of Black Tortoise scale, it will give you forward guard effect which will last for 5 seconds, but it's not applied in arena. When you use the dance of Blue Dragon scale and the dance of White Tiger scale in any sequence, it will reduce the cooldown for dance of White Tiger scale, Dragon Fang scale, Phoenix Wing scale and Heaven Fall scale by 1 second, but it's not applied in arena. Lastly, when you use the dance of Black Tortoise scale and the dance of White Tiger scale in any sequence, it will buff the Phoenix Wing scale and the Dragon Fang scale for 10 seconds, but it's not applied in arena. So when this buff is active and you use the Dragon Fang scale, it will hit 3 times. And when you use the Phoenix Wing scale with its additional attack activated, when this buff is active, it lets you move in any direction when using the flow of this skill. So that is it for today. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And if you want to further support my channel, you can join my YouTube premium subscription or donate me some amount in PayPal. Any amount is appreciated.